At 3:18 p.m., ash begins falling across Alex's quiet neighborhood. The sky turns orange, although no flames are visible nearby. Then his phone displays an official order to evacuate immediately. Alex looks outside and sees neighbors still watering their lawns. The street appears calm, familiar, and completely safe for now. But wildfire danger rarely waits until the flames become obvious. Wind can carry burning embers far ahead of the fire front. Roads that look open can become blocked within only minutes. 7 ordinary mistakes can now erase Alex's remaining escape time. Mistake 1 is waiting to see flames before obeying evacuation orders. Alex wonders whether officials are simply being overly cautious today. His neighbor says the fire still looks several hills away. But hills, smoke, and buildings can hide the fire's true position. Strong wind may change its speed and direction without warning. An evacuation order means leave now, not after finishing preparations. Alex does not wait for smoke to darken his entire street. He puts on sturdy shoes and grabs his paired emergency bag. His phone, charger, flashlight, radio, medicine, and water are inside. He brings his dog, leash, identification, and essential medical supplies. He closes windows and doors without locking firefighters out unnecessarily. He leaves exterior lights on so the house remains visible. Then Alex moves before frightened traffic fills every available road. Early evacuation turns minutes of uncertainty into miles of distance. Mistake 2 is trusting only one route out of the neighborhood. Alex's usual road leads downhill toward the nearest highway entrance. His navigation app suggests the same familiar route automatically. But smoke is already thickening beyond the next intersection. Emergency vehicles are moving toward the fire through that corridor. A fallen tree suddenly blocks half the downhill road. Alex checks official evacuation information instead of blindly following GPS. A second route climbs away from the smoke toward open ground. He chooses the authorized route even though it appears much longer. Shortcuts through forests and narrow canyons can become deadly funnels. Wind, embers, and traffic can change conditions faster than maps. Alex keeps the radio on for updated closures and directions. He tells a relative where he is going and which route. He never drives toward smoke simply because the road looks empty. 2 planned routes are useful only when both remain accessible. The safest direction is the one emergency officials currently recommend. Mistake 3 is spending evacuation time collecting replaceable belongings. Alex suddenly remembers a laptop, camera, and box of photographs. Each item sits in a different room across the house. Retrieving them would add several dangerous minutes to his departure. He takes only the emergency bag already beside the exit. Important documents were copied earlier and stored securely online. Medication, identification, and immediate mobility needs remain the priority. Alex refuses to climb onto the roof and wet it down. He does not drag garden furniture inside after evacuation begins. He leaves sprinklers, hoses, and firefighting decisions to trained crews. A garden hose cannot stop wind-driven fire approaching the structure. Returning inside for one forgotten object creates another evacuation delay. Alex counts people and pets before starting the vehicle. He confirms everyone is inside, then leaves without another inspection. Possessions can be replaced, blocked roads and lost time cannot. Mistake 4 is beginning evacuation with an unprepared vehicle. Alex's fuel tank is above half because he prepared earlier. A nearly empty tank could force a stop inside heavy smoke. He loads the emergency bag without blocking mirrors or windows. Everyone fastens seatbelts before the vehicle begins moving. Alex closes all windows to reduce smoke entering the cabin. He sets ventilation to recirculate instead of pulling outdoor air inside. Headlights stay on because smoke can turn afternoon into darkness. Doors remain unlocked while moving through an active evacuation zone. The radio provides official information without distracting visual navigation. Alex keeps distance from other vehicles to preserve braking space. He avoids parking on dry grass that could ignite underneath. He never stops where his vehicle blocks emergency equipment. The emergency bag stays reachable if everyone must leave quickly. A prepared vehicle supports escape, it never guarantees safe passage. Mistake 5 is using the wrong protection against wildfire smoke. The smoke thickens and Alex's eyes begin burning slightly. A loose cloth mask cannot reliably filter fire's smallest particle. He uses a well-fitting N95 respirator stored in the emergency bag. The mask covers both his nose and mouth without gaps. His dog cannot wear the same equipment and needs cleaner air. Alex keeps the animal inside the closed vehicle during evacuation. He does not open windows to photograph the orange sky. He avoids candles, smoking, and anything adding particles inside the cabin. People with breathing or heart conditions may need earlier evacuation. New chest pain or severe breathing trouble requires emergency medical help. Smoke can remain dangerous even far beyond visible flames. Alex checks official air quality information at the evacuation destination. If told to shelter, a closed room with filtration is safer. But shelter instructions never override a direct order to evacuate. Mistake 6 is driving into worsening fire conditions without reassessing. Burning embers begin crossing the road like fast red insects. Visibility drops until the nearest vehicle becomes difficult to see. Alex slows smoothly but does not stop in the travel lane. He watches for firefighters, animals, fallen branches, and disabled vehicles. A police barricade closes the road only 2 blocks ahead. Alex turns onto the marked alternate route without arguing or waiting. He never moves cones or drives around an official roadblock. Flames crossing a road can damage tiring and fuel systems. Dense smoke can hide collisions, cliffs, and missing pavement. If trapped, Alex would call emergency services and report his location. He would seek the clearest available area away from vegetation. He would close windows, remain low, and follow dispatcher instructions. But the best survival move remains avoiding entrapment through early action. Every new ember is evidence that conditions are becoming less predictable. Hours later, Alex sees online pictures showing a quieter neighborhood. The absence of flames does not mean the area is safe. Hotspots can burn beneath ash, decks, walls, and fallen trees. Damaged power lines may energize fences, puddles, and metal debris. Gas leaks in unstable buildings can create invisible secondary hazards. Alex waits until authorities officially permit residents to return. He returns in daylight wearing sturdy shoes, gloves, and an N95. He avoids hot ash, smoldering materials, and damaged electrical equipment. Food exposed to heat, smoke, or unsafe power loss is discarded. Tap water is used only after officials confirm its safety. Alex photographs damage from stable areas without entering weakened rooms. He watches for breathing problems after smoke exposure has ended. Pets remain controlled because sharp debris covers familiar ground. He leaves immediately if conditions worsen or authorities change instructions. 20 minutes determined whether Alex escaped before the roads collapsed. He acted on the order, not on what his eyes could see. He used a second route and abandoned every replaceable possession. He prepared the vehicle, protected his lungs, and reassessed constantly. He waited for official clearance before returning to hidden hazards. Leave early, follow directions, breathe cleaner air, never return early. Wildfire survival begins before the flames reach your street. At 9:36, Alex's phone screams through the silent apartment. A red warning icon appears as thunder shakes the windows. Outside, the city looks dark, wet, strange. Then emergency sirens begin rising above the strengthening wind outside. Alex may have 12 minutes before the storm reaches home. That sounds sufficient until every second becomes one urgent decision. A tornado may hide behind rain, darkness, or nearby buildings. You may never see the funnel before serious damage begins. 7 ordinary mistakes can turn shelter into a deadly trap. Mistake 1 is treating warnings like invitations to investigate outside. Alex opens weather maps and sees danger moving toward him. His neighbor suggests waiting until they hear the tornado approaching. But warnings demand immediate protective action, not delayed confirmation later. The storm may already produce dangerous rotating winds very nearby. Alex refuses stepping onto the balcony to inspect dark cloud. He avoids social media live streams that waste precious shelter time. He immediately wears sturdy shoes and grabs his emergency bag. Inside are flash radio, phone charger, and basic first aid supplies. He calls his dog and moves toward the planned shelter. Practicing this route earlier prevents confusion during darkness and panic. The first minute is spent moving, not proving forecasts correct. Waiting for visual confirmation can consume all available warning time. Sirens, alerts, and official broadcasts mean act immediately right now. Alex leaves the windows before winds become visibly violent outside. Mistake 2 is choosing nearest rooms instead of safest ones. Alex's bedroom feels familiar, but large windows face the storm. Glass can become dangerous debris long before surrounding walls fail. An upstairs hallway is higher and closer to the roof. Alex moves toward the lowest accessible floor inside the building. He chooses a small interior bathroom without any exterior windows. Several solid walls now separate him from the outside wind. He closes the door and clears loose objects from floors. A basement or certified safe room offers even stronger protection. Large open rooms have wide roofs that may collapse easier. Corner rooms and exterior walls receive more wind and debris. Alex avoids elevators because electrical power may fail during storms. He uses stairs before the building starts shaking violently around. In public buildings, follow designated tornado shelter routes immediately inside. Never crowd near glass entrances while searching for updated information. The safest available room is low, interior, and windowless. Mistake 3 is watching tornadoes beside exposed windows during warnings. Alex hears a deep continuous roar beyond the apartment walls. For one moment, curiosity pulls him toward the living room. Lightning reveals branches and loose objects racing across the street. Windows cannot reveal whether the roof above is already failing. Opening windows never equalizes pressure or protects the building structure. It only wastes time while placing you beside breaking glass. Alex closes interior doors and returns immediately to the shelter. He stays away from windows, skylights, and all exterior doors. A battery radio provides information without exposing him to danger. He lowers phone brightness to preserve power through possible outages. The roar grows louder, but Alex remains in protected position. Watching danger provides absolutely no protection from dangerous flying debris. Every wall between you and outside increases your survival margin. Mistake 4 is wasting shelter time collecting valuable personal belongings. Alex suddenly remembers his laptop sitting inside the living room. He also thinks about documents stored inside the bedroom drawer. Neither object justifies crossing rooms lined with exposed glass windows. He keeps only equipment already packed inside his emergency bag. Pets should join you when they can be reached immediately. Never waste critical time chasing frightened animals through the house. Alex places his dog him and secures the door. He sends one brief safety message before networks become overloaded. Then he silences notifications and monitors official emergency alerts carefully. Helmets, blankets, mattresses, or cushions can reduce debris-related injuries greatly. Alex pulls on a bicycle helmet and fastens its strap. He covers himself and his dog with folded heavy blankets. He crouches beneath a sturdy countertop beside the interior wall. The most valuable object now is the shelter itself around. Mistake 5 is trusting vehicles or overpasses as safe shelters. Across town, another resident receives warning inside a mobile home. Mobile homes can overturn or collapse under violent tornado winds. The resident follows a practiced route towards sturdy community shelter. This move must happen before dangerous winds and debris arrive. Alex's friend is driving when the warning reaches his phone. He never races storms or drives toward visible tornado funnels. When possible, he reaches a sturdy nearby building and shelters. He never stops beneath highway overpasses to hide from wind. Overpasses accelerate winds and expose people to flying debris directly. They also block roads needed by responders and other drivers. Without sturdy shelter, vehicle choices become dangerous last resort decisions only. The driver keeps seatbelt fastened and lowers beneath window level. He covers head and neck using arms and heavy clothing. He follows current local instructions instead of outdated tornado myths. The best vehicle decision is planned before any warning arrives. Mistake 6 is sheltering rooms while leaving bodies unprotected inside. Bathroom walls may survive while debris crashes through ceilings overhead. Alex crouches as low as possible against an interior wall. He protects his head and neck firmly with both arms. The bicycle helmet adds protection against falling and flying objects. A heavy blanket covers his back without restricting normal breathing. He stays away from mirrors, shelves, and potentially falling objects. The dog remains secured so panic cannot send it running. Alex keeps the flashlight nearby, never holding it overhead unnecessarily. The building groans as pressure and debris strike exterior walls. A loud impact shakes the door, but Alex stays down. The lights fail, leaving the room completely dark and silent. He breathes slowly and listens carefully to the battery radio. Protecting head and neck matters even inside strong shelters too. Mistake 7 is leaving shelter during the first sudden silence. After violent seconds, the roar seems to move farther away. Alex wants to open the door and inspect damage immediately. But another circulation or dangerous debris may still approach nearby. He stays sheltered until official information confirms the threat passed. When exiting, he wears shoes, gloves, and carries a flashlight. The hallway contains broken glass, exposed nails, and unstable materials. Alex avoids fallen electrical wires and anything touching them nearby. He smells gas and leaves without using switches or devices. He checks himself for injuries before assisting nearby neighbors outside. Nobody enters badly damaged structures without official safety clearance first. If trapped, Alex texts location or makes controlled tapping sounds. He covers his mouth and avoids stirring unnecessary dust nearby. Emergency calls remain reserved for serious injury or immediate danger. Rumors never override directions from local emergency authorities during disasters. 12 minutes pass, and the neighborhood looks completely different now. Alex survived because he acted before seeing the tornado itself. He moved low, avoided windows, and protected himself. He ignored valuables, overpassed curiosity, and the first silence. Remember, warning, shelter, cover, wait, assess, and follow official instructions. Tornado survival depends on decisions made before walls begin moving. At night, Alex wakes to a screaming smoke alarm. Hallway silent, but something smells terribly wrong beyond doorway. A thin gray smoke line slips beneath his door. Below, fire climbs hidden shafts through 40 apartment floor. Alex has minutes before familiar escape routes become impossible. High-rise fires appear quiet during their most survivable moments. Early clues include warm doors and faint smoke. 7 ordinary mistakes can turn warnings into deadly traps. Some wrong choices feel responsible, brave, or simply fast. Alex must follow a practice sequence without dangerous improvisation. Mistake 1 is treating the alarm like an inconvenience. Alex waits for someone else to confirm the danger. He checks messages instead of immediately beginning his escape. Every delayed second gives smoke more room to spread. Alarms demand action before visible danger confirms their warning. Wears sturdy shoes and grabs phone and keys. He leaves every heavy item that could slow escape. His emergency bag works because it waits beside exit. Alex alerts neighbors without entering the increasingly smoky corridor. He calls emergency services before overloaded networks stop working. He never assumes somebody else reported everything accurately already. Building announcements may change safe routes floor by floor. Waiting for complete certainty can erase every remaining option. Preparation transforms confusion into immediate, controlled, useful movement forward. Mistake 2 is opening doors before checking outside conditions. Alex reaches toward the handle, then suddenly stops himself. He tests door heat using his hand's safer back. A hot surface warns severe heat waits outside already. Opening that door could pull smoke directly inside quickly. Alex keeps it closed and chooses another escape option. A cool door without smoke may indicate usable passage. He opens cautiously, staying low and ready to retreat. The corridor appears clear, with protected stairs visible ahead. If smoke blocks passage, Alex closes the door immediately. He closes his apartment door to slow smoke movement. 2 exits matter because one may become unusable suddenly. Familiar hallways become disorienting after only several stressful breaths. Alex follows illuminated exits and official building announcements carefully. He never creates another opening without a clear reason. Always check conditions before committing to any high-rise route. Mistake 3 is choosing elevators because they seem faster. Open elevator doors can falsely promise a quick escape. Power may fail or doors may open in this. Firefighters may need elevators during their specialized emergency operations. Alex turns away and enters the protected stairwell instead. He firmly closes the stair door behind him afterward. Closed doors prevent smoke from filling essential escape stairs. Alex descends calmly while remaining along one side only. He never runs, pushes, or records inside evacuation stair. Residents with limited mobility follow prepared assistance plans immediately. If Alex cannot use stairs, he calls responders immediately. A clear landing may provide protected waiting space nearby. Firefighter instructions override every ordinary evacuation assumption during emergencies. Some marked elevators may operate safely under responder direction. Alex uses them only when responders explicitly direct him. Mistake 4 is standing upright inside spreading toxic smoke. Smoke rises, leaving relatively cleaner air near the floor. Alex stays low, covering nose and mouth while moving. Cloth filters particles, but never creates breathable oxygen inside. He moves toward clear exits instead of hiding nearby. Toxic smoke quickly weakens judgment, balance, and physical coordination. Alex checks each doorway for darker smoke and heat. When conditions worsen, he retreats toward the safer compartment. He never enters stairs already filled with dense smoke. Another protected stairway may still remain clear elsewhere nearby. He follows signs without assuming routes remain permanently open. Crawling reveals floor obstacles and doorway edges through smoke. Alex controls breathing and keeps moving slowly but steadily. Smoke can travel faster than any visible flames nearby. Staying low helps, but escaping remains the ultimate goal. Mistake 5 is leaving important protective doors standing open. Alex nearly holds a stair door for one neighbor. Open doors quickly flood protected stairs with dangerous smoke. He lets it close, then calls directions through it. Every closed door creates another protective barrier against smoke. Alex closes apartment, corridor, and stair doors behind himself. He never wedges fire doors open using nearby object. Fire doors only work when they close completely shut. Even tiny gaps allow smoke through during pressure changes. Alex warns others without reopening the protected route again. Sprinklers and smoke controls work best with intact door. He never tampers with alarms or automatic door closers. A closed door may hold smoke back for minutes. Open doors can send fire throughout multiple floors. Sometimes survival simply means pulling one door closed completely. Mistake 6 is fighting fire instead of escaping immediately. Alex sees flames burning beside a corridor wastebasket nearby. He considers using an extinguisher while precious seconds disappear. But smoke thickens as his escape path rapidly narrows. Extinguishers suit only tiny, contained, and manageable fires nearby. Alarm, clear exit, and trained use must exist first. Alex evacuates because this fire is already growing larger. He reports the fire's exact location to emergency responders. He keeps flames ahead while backing towards safety carefully. Outside, Alex goes directly toward the designated meeting place. He never re-enters for pets, phones, documents, or valuables. He tells firefighters exactly who may remain inside still. Only emergency responders decide when re-entry becomes truly safe. Improvised heroics can easily create another rescue victim outside. Early evacuation leaves firefighters fewer people requiring rescue inside. Mistake 7 is hiding silently after every exit failed. Now Alex is trapped inside another possible scenario entirely. Smoke fills corridors while his door feels dangerously hot. He keeps it closed and calls emergency services immediately. He gives address, floor, apartment number, and occupancy details. Alex seals door gaps with damp cloths when available. He moves where rescuers can clearly see his window. He waves bright cloth and signals using his flashlight. He opens windows slightly only when outside conditions improve. If smoke enters, he closes the window again immediately. He stays low and updates emergency dispatchers continuously nearby. He never hides where rescuers cannot locate him quickly. He never jumps or trusts an improvised rope escape. Closed rooms and clear signals improve rescue chances significantly. Being trapped changes plans, not sound emergency decisions overall. 15 minutes have passed since the alarm first sounded. Alex survived by acting early and checking doors carefully. He used stairs, stayed low as barriers, avoided flames. When trapped, he called, sealed, signaled, and stayed visible. Practice this sequence before smoke removes every available choice. At 6:17, the floor beneath Alex jerks violently sideways. Lights swing, glass trembles, and every instinct screams, "Run now." But earthquakes punish instinct faster than almost any modern disaster. During 30 minutes, 7 ordinary mistakes can become deadly traps. Some seem brave, others logical, and one feels harmless. Alex has seconds to choose before everything breaks apart. This is not about predicting earthquakes or becoming a rescuer. It is about surviving the dangerous decisions made immediately afterward. The safest move may strangely feel like doing absolutely nothing. Mistake 1 is escaping while everything around you moves. Alex sees the front door only 12 short steps away. 12 steps seem close until heavy furniture starts sliding violently. People are injured crossing falling glass and moving objects. Instead, Alex drops before violent shaking knocks him completely down. He crawls a short distance beneath the nearest sturdy table. One arm covers his neck, the other grips the table. The table moves wildly, yet creates a small survivable pocket. A heavy bookcase crashes exactly where Alex had previously stood. Running outside exposes him to glass, bricks, and masonry. Indoors. Remain indoors throughout the strongest period of violent shaking. Outdoors, stay outside and move carefully toward clear open space. While driving, stop away from bridges, wires, trees, and overpasses. Remain inside the vehicle until the violent movement completely stops. Movement feels productive, but controlled stillness is usually much safer. The goal is avoiding injury, not traveling farther away. Mistake 2 is trusting the outdated doorway survival myth. Alex notices a doorway from an old disaster movie. He nearly abandons the table for seemingly stronger protection nearby. Modern doorways are not reinforced frames built for survival. They expose your head to glass, furniture, lamps, and debris. Windows are worse, turning rooms into dangerous fragment fields. Alex stays extremely low, away from outer walls and fixtures. Without a table, crouch low beside a clear interior wall. Cover your head and neck firmly using both protective arms. Backpacks, pillows, thick books, or folded jackets reduce injury. Never shelter beneath shelves holding heavy or unstable decorative objects. Never crowd an exit while frightened people rush together uncontrollably. Nearby shelter usually beats distant, supposedly perfect protection during shaking. Every extra meter traveled creates another possible falling object hazard. Mistake 3 begins when violent shaking suddenly seems finished. Silence returns, and Alex wants to jump upright immediately. But broken glass covers the floor like nearly invisible ice. A cabinet waits to release heavy plates and dishes. Alex pauses, scans above, then carefully checks his entire body. Adrenaline can briefly hide pain, dizziness, bleeding, and damaged joints. He moves every limb, checking for serious hidden injuries. Only after checking himself does Alex reach for sturdy shoes. Bare feet can turn survival into disabling blood loss. Long sleeves, sturdy shoes, and gloves protect against broken materials. Alex warns his neighbor not to sprint through the darkness. They move slowly, testing each step before shifting their weight. Then a second tremor arrives, sharper than the first. Alex drops, covers, and holds on again without any hesitation. Mistake 4 treats elevators like reliable emergency escape machines. The alarm sounds, while elevator doors remain dangerously inviting. Power can fail, cables can break, and doors can jam. Alex chooses stairs only after confirming the route appears stable. He listens for cracking, falling debris, smoke, and structural noises. If stairs look damaged, Alex never forces an escape attempt. A safer interior room may beat a collapsing evacuation route. While leaving, avoid exterior walls, windows, and glass entrance panels. The area beside buildings can become a deadly debris zone. Alex exits toward open ground, away from balconies and wires. Never re-enter unsafe routes alone for belongings or essential supplies. Objects are replaceable, but weakened floors may suddenly collapse. Outside, Alex counts neighbors and identifies anyone needing immediate assistance. He expects every route to change after another powerful aftershock. Mistake 5 begins with one tiny, innocent electrical switch click. The power is out, so Alex reaches toward a switch. Then he notices a strong, unfamiliar gas-like odor nearby. A damaged gas line may be silently filling the building. One spark from a switch or appliance could ignite everything. Alex avoids lights, candles, matches, appliances, and electrical devices entirely. He warns everyone evacuates, then reports the suspected gas leak. Shut off gas only when actual damage is strongly suspected. After shutdown, trained professionals must safely restore the service. Alex also watches for smoke, hot wires, sparks, and fires. Earthquakes can damage gas pipes and electrical systems simultaneously. Without electrical power, flashlights remain safer than any open flame. Generators belong outdoors, far from windows, doors, and ventilation openings. Carbon monoxide carries no warning smell, color, or visible cloud. Indoor fuel-burning equipment can quietly kill an entire household. Mistake 6 assumes every standing building remains safe inside. Alex sees small cracks and considers returning for emergency supplies. Then deep creaking travels throughout the damaged building structure. Cracks, missing supports, leaning walls, and shifting sounds demand distance. Alex retreats immediately instead of acting like an amateur inspector. Aftershocks can finish the damage that the first earthquake began. Never enter damaged buildings until authorities officially declare them safe. Stay far from fallen wires, even when they appear dead. Electricity can energize fences, puddles, vehicles, pipes, and rubble. Alex warns approaching neighbors to remain far from the hazard. If trapped, constant shouting wastes air and raises dangerous dust. Cover your mouth, stay calm, conserve energy, and signal deliberately. Use a whistle or knock 3 times against solid metal. Rescuers listen carefully for repeated, controlled, human-made signals below. Your job is staying detectable, calm, protected, and alive. Mistake 7 chooses the wrong destination after surviving everything else. Alex checks official alerts instead of trusting frightened neighborhood rumors. Text messages may work when overloaded voice networks cannot connect. He sends one update, then carefully protects his remaining battery. Reserve phone calls only for immediate, life-threatening emergency situations. Near coastlines, strong or prolonged shaking changes absolutely everything. A tsunami may arrive before official warnings reach every resident. Move inland or uphill immediately after the strong shaking stops. Walking avoids traffic jams, rubble, and dangerously abandoned vehicles. Never approach shorelines just to watch water suddenly retreat. That strangely empty beach may be nature's final urgent warning. Farther inland, Alex avoids bridges, tunnels, cliffs, and unstable slopes. Earthquakes can crack pavement and suddenly trigger dangerous landslides. Official radio reports and alerts guide every next decision. At 9:07 p.m., every light in your city dies. Your phone has signal, but the internet is already slow.
Elevators stop, traffic lights vanish, security systems begin failing.
Most people assume the power will return in a few minutes. That assumption may be the most dangerous mistake of the night. Because during a major blackout, your first 60 minutes matter most. What you charge, collect, and avoid now can decide everything. Here are 7 mistakes you must not make. And number 6 is something almost nobody thinks about. First, do not rush outside to investigate. Darkness immediately makes familiar streets more dangerous.
Traffic signals fail, drivers become confused, and collisions increase. Broken glass, open drains, and fallen cables become nearly invisible.
Some people also use the confusion to steal or start fights. Stay inside until you understand the scale of the outage. Look through windows without standing directly in front of them.
Check whether one block, or the entire skyline is dark.
Then listen. Sirens can reveal what your eyes cannot. Mistakes number 2, wasting your phone battery. Your phone is no longer entertainment. It is survival equipment. Immediately activate low power mode and reduce screen brightness.
Close video apps, games, Bluetooth, and unnecessary background services.
Download emergency maps or instructions while data still works. Send one short message to family instead of making repeated calls. Text messages often work when overloaded voice networks do not. Write important numbers and addresses on paper before your battery dies. If you own power banks, connect and test them now. Do not trust the glowing indicator without checking actual charging. Mistake 3, waiting too long to collect water. Many people believe tap water cannot stop during a blackout, but tall buildings often depend on electric pumps. Without power, upper floors may lose pressure surprisingly quickly. Fill clean bottles, pots, buckets, and your bathtub immediately. Keep drinking water separate from water used for washing. Cover every container to prevent dirt, insects, and contamination. A healthy adult may need several liters every day. More is required in heat, illness, or physical activity. Do not drink from radiators, toilet tanks, or unknown building pipes. Clear water is not automatically safe water. Mistake 4, opening the refrigerator again and again. Every curious look releases cold air and shortens food safety. An unopened refrigerator may stay cold for roughly 4 hours. A full freezer can remain cold much with your left closed. Make a food plan before touching either door.
Eat perishable refrigerated food first, then frozen food, then dry supplies.
Group frozen items together so they help keep one another cold. Never taste suspicious food to decide whether it is safe. Dangerous bacteria do not always change smell, color, or flavor.
When uncertain, throw it away. Food poisoning drains precious water.
Mistake 5. Using candles as your main source of light. Blackouts create the perfect conditions for accidental house fires. People fall asleep, pets move, and candles are easily knocked over.
Firefighters may already be overwhelmed by elevators and traffic accidents. Use LED flashlights, headlamps, or battery lanterns whenever possible.
Point a flashlight at a cell ceiling to illuminate an entire room. This uses less energy than running several lights at once. If a candle is unavoidable, place it inside a stable metal tray. Keep it away from curtains, children, pets, and sleeping areas, and never leave any flame unattended, even for 1 minute. Now comes the danger most people completely overlook.
Mistake 6. Creating carbon monoxide while trying to stay comfortable.
Carbon monoxide is invisible, odorless, and potentially deadly. Generators, charcoal grills, and fuel stoves all produce it. Never run any of them inside a home, garage, or enclosed balcony. Opening a window does not make indoor generator use safe. Place generators outdoors, far from doors, windows, and air vents. Point the exhaust away from every occupied building. Never cook with charcoal indoors, even when the weather is cold.
Headache, dizziness, weakness, or confusion can be early warnings.
If several people feel sick together, move outside immediately.
A working carbon monoxide alarm can save everyone before symptoms begin. Mistake 7. Ignoring information because the situation feels calm.
A blackout can be caused by weather, equipment failure, or cyber attack.
It may also accompany fire, flooding, or a wider infrastructure collapse.
Find a battery-powered radio and identify official emergency channels. Separate confirmed instructions from rumors spreading through social media.
A dramatic message from a stranger is not reliable evidence.
Look for agreement between authorities, utilities, and local broadcasters.
Write down evacuation routes in case mobile data disappears.
Include one route that avoids elevators, tunnels, and major intersections.
But do not evacuate merely because the room feels uncomfortable. Leaving shelter can expose you to greater danger.
Evacuate when your building is unsafe or officials instruct you to leave.
Now organize what survival experts call a blackout command station.
Put lights, batteries, radio, medicine, water, and keys together.
This prevents people from searching through darkness and losing equipment. Add shoes, gloves, and a small fire extinguishers.
Keep sturdy shoes on, especially if windows or glass objects can break.
Place one flashlight beside each person, not across the room. Give children chemical glow sticks instead of candles or matches. Check on anyone who depends on powered medical equipment. Their backup battery may have far less time than expected.
Contact emergency services early if power loss creates immediate medical danger.
Next, reduce unnecessary movement throughout the building.
Elevators may stop between floors or fail after temporary power returns.
Use stairs only when necessary, and carry a light. Never enter a dark stairwell without checking the first steps. Automatic locks may behave differently when backup power expires. Keep physical keys on your body before doors become inaccessible.
Unplug televisions, computers, and other sensitive electronics. A power surge may damage them when electricity suddenly returns.
Leave one lamp switched on as a simple power indicator. When it lights, wait before reconnecting expensive equipment. Unstable power can disappear and return several times. Finally, prepare for the blackout to last longer than promised. Divide batteries, food, and drinking water into daily portions. Do not consume everything during the first comfortable evening. Preserve one emergency reserve that nobody touches without agreement. Agree on a meeting point if family members become separated.
Choose one nearby location and one outside the affected area. Decide who will check children, older neighbors, and vulnerable residents. Cooperation becomes more valuable as technology becomes less reliable. So remember the order: shelter, information, water, power, then food.
Stay inside long enough to understand what is happening. Protect your phone battery and collect water before pressure disappears.
Keep refrigerators closed and replace open flames with safer lighting. Never burn fuel indoors, and verify every important instruction.
A blackout is not automatically a disaster. But small mistakes can transform inconvenience to an emergency.
Prepare before the lights go out, because darkness rewards the ready.
At 4:42, rain begins hammering Alex's entire city block. Within minutes, storm drains spit water back onto nearby streets. His phone flashes one urgent instruction: move to higher ground. Outside, the water still resembles one harmless, shallow street puddle. That harmless appearance becomes the most dangerous illusion before him. Flash floods can transform ordinary streets with terrifying sudden speed. Within minutes, familiar roads become violent, fast-moving, raging urban rivers. Water need not appear dramatic before becoming truly dangerously deadly. 7 decisions now separate Alex from one survivable escape route. Mistake 1 is waiting for certainty after receiving official warnings. Alex watches traffic still moving normally through the heavy rain. A neighbor laughs, claiming the warning applies somewhere else entirely. Then muddy water begins rising through several sidewalk drains nearby. An alarm suddenly echoes from the underground parking garage below. Alex instinctively wants to run downstairs and save his car. The elevator points downward, offering the fastest route toward danger. Flash floods fill basements and underground garages before upper floors. Water already races down the concrete vehicle ramp below rapidly. Alex leaves keys, grabbing phone, flashlight, and emergency bag instead. He climbs stairs upward instead of following elevators downward anymore. He warns his neighbor no vehicle is worth entering water. Seconds later, muddy water covers the entire garage entrance completely. The warning authorized action, not endless debate over its accuracy. When water rises quickly, hesitation can erase remaining escape routes. Mistake 2 is trusting vehicles to defeat a flooded roadway. From above, Alex sees one dry route leading safely up. A short underpass ahead is covered by dark moving water. Another driver approaches, believing the dark water remains shallow enough. Headlights cannot reveal missing pavement beneath muddy floodwater at night. Even shallow water can hide curbs, drains, holes, and pavement. The current touches tires and begins pushing the car sideways. Roughly wheel-deep rushing water can carry away many ordinary cars. Once vehicles float, steering and brakes become completely useless instantly. The frightened driver accelerates while submerged pavement disappears farther ahead. Alex turns around before his tires touch the flooded section. He never moves barricades or follows another vehicle into water. He chooses higher roads because elevation matters more than speed. If water surrounds a stalled car, abandon it when safe. Move toward higher ground instead of protecting replaceable machinery below. A car is replaceable, but flooded shortcuts may prove fatal. Mistake 3 is walking through water that appears easily manageable. A stranded pedestrian steps into water flowing across the sidewalk. The ankle-deep current pushes forcefully against every careful forward step. Fast, shallow water can knock a grown adult off balance. A hidden open drain waits beneath the opaque brown surface. Broken glass, sharp metal, and debris move invisibly below water. Floodwater may contain sewage, fuel, chemicals, and electrical hazards together. Swimming skill cannot reveal what muddy currents conceal underneath you. Alex stays on elevated walkways instead of entering floodwater below. He calls responders and points toward the stranded pedestrian immediately. If moving water traps you, reach the highest stable point. Keep children and pets away from flooded streets and ditches. A flood's quiet edge can strengthen suddenly without any warning. Floodwater is never a shortcut, playground, or personal courage test. Treat every flooded path as an obstacle requiring complete avoidance. Mistake 4 is sheltering underground or entering sealed attic spaces. Water begins entering the lobby of Alex's apartment building below. The basement and garage quickly become rapidly filling deadly traps. The elevator may lose power, stall, or open into water. Alex uses dry stairs toward an occupied upper floor instead. He moves upward while preserving one visible, usable escape route. Each higher floor buys distance from the rising water below. If necessary, rooftops provide visibility and places for signaling rescuer. A sealed attic becomes a trap without outside escape access. Never enter closed attics unless direct roof access remains available. Alex signals emergency crews from a visible upper floor window nearby. He monitors official alerts as evacuation routes keep changing below. The safest movement increases both height and available escape options. Mistake 5 is touching electricity because rooms appear temporarily calm. Floodwater slowly creeps toward electrical outlets along the lower wall. Alex hears buzzing and crackling behind one damaged electrical panel. He avoids rooms where water covers electrical outlets or cords. He stays on dry floors away from all submerged wiring. Shut electricity off only from dry, safely reachable locations nearby. If breakers require entering water, contact qualified professionals instead immediately. Outside, one fallen power line hides beneath muddy floodwater nearby. Electricity can energize water, metal fences, vehicles, and floating debris. Alex never touches wet appliances or tests damaged electrical equipment. He uses battery flashlights, never candles or plugged-in lamps indoors. Generators belong outdoors, far from every door and open window. Water and electricity allow no second chance for careless experiments. Mistake 6 is treating dangerous floodwater like ordinary dirty rain. Floodwater may contain sewage, toxic chemicals, and leaked fuel together. It can also hide germs, debris, and displaced animals underneath. Alex watches food containers drifting through visibly contaminated street water. He refuses drinking water until officials officially declare it safe. An uncovered cut can become infected after touching floodwater directly. Alex protects wounds with waterproof coverings and avoids unnecessary exposure. After contact, he washes using soap and clean water. Contaminated clothing gets removed and separated from clean belongings immediately. Discard food touched by floodwater even when packaging appears intact. Long power outages can make refrigerated food dangerously unsafe afterward. When food safety seems uncertain, Alex always throws it away. Tap water may remain contaminated long after streets appear dry. He follows directions about bottled, boiled, or properly treated water. Flood illnesses may appear hours after dangerous water finally retreats. Survival includes controlling what touches skin and enters your body. Mistake 7 is returning too early after water recedes quickly. The street appears normal again 20 minutes after the surge. But moving water may have removed the road beneath it. Buildings may conceal electricity, sewage, mold, gas, and weakened supports. Alex waits behind barriers until officials finally authorize safe re-entry. Later, he returns during daylight carrying one battery-powered flashlight carefully. He avoids every flame and switch near any suspected gas. If he smells gas, he leaves without creating possible sparks. A certified electrician inspects flooded systems before restoring electrical power. Alex photographs visible damage only from stable, permitted locations nearby. He checks official radio and phone updates instead of rumors. One brief status message preserves battery and reduces network congestion. He avoids tempting shortcuts because safe routes repeatedly change afterward. The correct destination is wherever current authorities direct survivors safely. 20 minutes passed, but the dangerous flood emergency remains active. Alex survived by moving upward, never downward or through floodwater. He obeyed warnings before danger became visually obvious to everyone. He abandoned the car, shortcut, and urged to investigate personally. He stayed outside floodwater and away from hidden electrical dangers. He protected food, water, wounds, power, and reliable information carefully. He waited for official clearance instead of trusting familiar streets. Remember, act early, move higher, turn around, and stay out. Flash flood survival depends on decisions made before certainty arrives fully.